everybody's in online.
Okay, thank you everyone for showing up, and we apologize for the delay. This regularly happens in our executive sessions, but here we are. Thank you for waiting. I'd like to ask the Assistant Town Administrator, please read the agenda.
Good evening. So after I read the agenda, the board can vote to approve the agenda or amend it. I have no public comment for tonight. Items can be taken out of order and topics not anticipated 48 hours in advance may be added. Item number 1 is the consideration of appointment of new police officers, and Chief Galvin is here for that. Consideration of year-end transfers. Deb Seffering, our Finance Director, Accountant, will be here. There is a consideration of the gift card acceptance from Wegmans. And consent agenda will be the TA payroll warrant and any select board reports we have tonight.
Thank you, Diane. Do we have any revisions or additions?
So I don't have a revision or addition, but I would like, before we get started on the agenda, if I could have a few moments to say a few words about the passing of a long-time Sherborn resident.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Please go ahead.
Can I do that now? Or you want to vote the agenda?
Well, let's vote the agenda and then hand it to Paul. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as read?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor? Jeff?
All right.
Stephen?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
And I'm as well. Thank you. I hand the gavel over to Paul Durensis.
On July 3rd, the town of Sherborn lost one of our great citizens, Dave Colleen. He had a long history of service to this town. He's with the Sherborn Fire Department for 35 years, starting in 1983, retiring in 2017. Thereafter, he was a member of the Fire and Rescue Association. He is an honorary lifetime member of the Sherborn Historical Society. He was a member of the Sherborn Historic District Commission from 1985 to 1990. He served on the Highway Garage Specification Committee from 1984 to 1985, and then later a member of the Highway Garage Building Committee from 2005, indefinite term. In 1994, he served on the Forest Management Study Committee, and then from 1995 to 2025, he was a member of the Town Forest Committee. The 1858 townhouse building contractor for the Sherborn Community Center Foundation was David Colleen. Dave served on the Pine Hill Access Road Committee from 2010 to 2013. He served on the Wildlife Management Committee from 2013 to 2025. He served on the Sherborn Open Space Committee from 2016 to 2022. He was a builder helper with the Cemetery Lane Playground. He served on the Price Woodlands Water Testing Committee in 2008. He served on the Disability Advisory Committee from 2023 to 2025. I'd like to have a moment of silence to remember Dave Colleen. Thank you. And let me specifically say thank you, Dave Colleen. And thank you to his family. Thank you for everything for the benefit of the town of Sherborn over this lifetime. Is there anybody else want to say some words?
Well, I would say Dave Colleen was the most committed person to the town and its well-being. In my lifetime in the town, which was only half my lifetime, not nearly the time that Dave spent here. He was committed to the town from the moment he moved here, what, 50 or 60 years ago. And I can't think of anyone who's played more roles and done more for the town than Dave. So thank you for that. Thank you, Dave.
Here, can I just add a comment? You know, so obviously one of Dave's biggest services to Sherborn was through the Fire and Rescue Department. And, you know, Dave was retired when I started, but he was actually still one of the first people that I met there because he would be at the station quite a bit. For some of the events, just stopping by to talk with some of the members. And, you know, I mean, I'll always remember our friendship, and, you know, we're really fortunate to have him there. He was one of the really key members there for a long time, and he'll really be missed.
I can add that the last time he attended a town forest committee was maybe 10 days before he died. Quite amazing. Okay, thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
The first item on the regular agenda is the consideration of appointment of new police officers.
Sneak through so the people in the virtual world can see me. Thank you. So tonight I'm here to request that the board appoint Tyler St. Cyr, Edward Viles, and Cameron McGill as full-time police officers. Edward and Cameron are here tonight. Unfortunately, Tyler could not. He's on a pre-planned vacation, so he's actually attending a baseball game at Camden Yards in Baltimore right now. But for the department, we're filling 3 vacancies that have been created over the last year and a half. Officer Kevin Reddington left us during his field training, actually, to pursue a career in education. Officer Spencer Schock left after about a year and a half to pursue a career in real estate. Unfortunately, and most recently, Officer Owen Robbins transferred to the Concord Police Department after his fiance inherited a home from her grandparents in Somerville, and he moved to Somerville and needed to shorten his commute to work. So it was an unfortunate loss. But to fill those vacancies, a search was conducted, and we were able to interview several excellent candidates. 5 of those candidates moved on to individual interviews with me, and 3 of those moved to the background process. So all 3 candidates passed an extensive background investigation, physical exam, psychological exam. 2 of the candidates, Cameron and Edward, will have to attend a municipal police training academy, and we hope to enroll them in that will begin in August. But Tyler, who's not here, Tyler's originally from Massachusetts, but he grew up in a military family, actually graduated high school in Belgium. After high school, he went on to obtain a bachelor's degree from the Catholic University of America in Washington, D.C., with a major in anthropology and a minor in English. And Tyler is currently a certified Massachusetts police officer serving as a sergeant with the Worcester State University Police Department. Edward grew up in Medfield, still lives in Medfield, and is a recent graduate of the Massachusetts Maritime Academy with a Bachelor of Science in Emergency Management. During his time at Mass Maritime, he actually worked as an emergency management intern with the Natick Police Department, and he helped Babson College develop a campus-wide emergency response exercise. In addition, he served as a squad leader and a training and retention officer at Mass Maritime. Cameron grew up in Natick. He attended Zavarian Brothers High School in Westwood and is a 2024 graduate of UNH with a degree in entrepreneurial studies. While in high school, Cameron actually worked at the Dover Market, and while in college, worked for UNH Transportation Services and assisted businesses in business plan development. Cameron actually comes from a law enforcement family. His father is currently a sergeant with the Boston College Police Department. And as the world kind of seems to shrink, just an interesting fact about Cameron's family, his mother actually was a babysitter for one of our officers when they were a young child. So it just shows how small the world really is. And you know, what I'm asking you is that the 3 be appointed tonight. Thank you.
Do you need a motion to
Yes,
approve?
of course.
Right.
I move that we,
Do you want to say something, Paul?
well, I was going to comment favorably, particularly on the fact that 2 of them live in adjoining communities, one in Medfield and one in Natick. And it's comforting to know that reinforcements aren't far away.
I'll tell you, that was one of the things when we saw the resumes and the applications to know that they were very familiar with the area. It's not like Sherborn is any type of mystery to them. You know, they go through it every day as teenagers, and especially, you know, Cameron working at the Dover Market, you know, very familiar with this area. It is, I agree. It's very nice to know that we're able to find local people that want to be here.
I would just like to add my congratulations to both of you for your graduation, very recent, from Mass Maritime, UNH. Those are great accomplishments, and we're very lucky to have you.
So can I move that we appoint Tyler St. Cyr, Edward Viles, and Cameron McGill as full-time police officers for the town of Sherborn?
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Roll call vote. Jeff?
All right.
Stephen? We've lost Stephen for the moment.
Sorry, I was muted. Aye.
Oh, here you are. Dan?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
I am I as well.
Thank you very much. And I did talk to Tyler today, and he wants to come into a future meeting to make sure that he's able to meet.
That would be great.
But before we leave the subject, could we ask them to introduce
Put you guys on the
themselves?
hot seat. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so my name's Eddie Viles. I grew up in Medfield my whole life. Went to Medfield High School. Then kind of followed my brother's footsteps. He went to Mass Maritime, and he pursued a career in the military. He's in the Marine Corps. So naturally, I just followed him. That's what I've always done. And I pursued a degree in emergency management. I worked with Natick Police Department, and I developed a comprehensive emergency management plan for MEMA. I did a lot of background work with emergency management, but I really wanted a career that was more hands-on, not sitting at a desk all day. So that kind of led me to pursuing a career in law enforcement, and then I went there in Sherborn. I look forward to getting started.
Just to let you know, you just told the fire chief that you helped write this. So you're gonna get pulled into some things.
Cameron?
Hi, I'm Cameron McGill. I graduated University of New Hampshire in May of 2024. Although I majored in business, I took some minor classes in emergency management, and I found myself able to engage more, and I was just generally more interested in them. So I decided to take some time after I graduated to figure out what I want to do long term. In between graduating, all throughout college and high school, I did construction, working in family business with my uncle, grandfather, and brother. So I'm grateful to have done that, and they gave me a job to have that was close to home. But after graduation, I wanted to find something more career oriented, or similar to Eddie, I'm not sitting down, it's hands-on, and I feel that Sherborn is the perfect place to be. It's close to home. I've always been involved in smaller communities, so I feel like it's somewhere that I would thrive and enjoy working.
Well, welcome to both of you, to all 3 of you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
Glad you're here.
Thank you very much.
All right, our second agenda item is consideration of year-end transfers. Deb, you want to take the floor?
Yeah, sure.
So per Mass General Law, Chapter 44, Section 33B, by July the 15th, all deficits in
sorry,
the
can
operating
I-
budget
can I
need to be
interrupt?
covered.
Sorry, I think advisory needs to call their meeting to order.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
Okay, good evening. My name is Stephen Bonder. I am acting chair for this particular meeting tonight. So today is Thursday, July 10th, 2025 at 7:33 p.m. and the Sherborn Advisory Committee is now in order. Tonight's agenda has been circulated and includes as a joint meeting along with the select board, the consideration of year-end transfers. Once that has been resolved, we will then go to a separate link and continue the advisory committee meeting to discuss any liaison reports and approve meeting minutes of March 22nd, March 24, April 2nd, and April 29th. Are there any changes to the proposed agenda by any of the advisory committee members? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call. Shelley?
Aye.
Doug?
Aye.
Laura?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Nora?
Aye.
Paul?
Aye.
Penn?
Aye.
And I am I as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Deb?
Okay, so as I was saying, by July the 15th, all deficits in the operating budget need to be covered. The law states that the selectmen, with the concurrence of the finance committee, must approve the transfer. So I thank you all for taking the time tonight to approve this transfer. And the following departmental deficits have been identified. And yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, the very first one. So the following deficits have been identified and can be covered by the overages in the reserve fund, the health insurance, and the sustainability departments. So if you look at the spreadsheet, you can see on the left-hand side are all the departments that have a deficit. And in the middle column are all the departments that have a surplus. And then the school is, we kind of separate that a little bit. And the Pine Hill School also had a surplus. So when you add all those together, as a total, we are in a surplus, have a surplus of almost $400,000, $399,525. So Dan, do you mind going to the next screen? So now I'd like to talk a little bit about the transfers that are needed. The first one being the finance committee or the advisory committee. They were over budget by $1,631.48. And this was basically due to higher than anticipated printing and mailing expenses. The town council, which is legal, was again, unanticipated legal assistance. As you know, we always budget the $80,000 and we do anticipate that we will go over. So this year we're over by the $116,833. IT was very close in their budget. They went over budget by $1,560, basically due to a website maintenance charge that Klaus didn't include in his budget. Otherwise, he was going to be right on target. Same thing with the planning board. They're over budget by $1,055.40. And that was MAPC membership fee that was not included in Heidi's FY25 budget. Town buildings is over by $81,338.91. I did circulate a tab and we can answer more questions. Sean's on the call, so he can answer more questions if you have more questions regarding that. Fire is over by $40,706.50. Zach is here if you have any questions regarding that. Norfolk Aggie is over by $732.78 due to additional busing fees. DPW is over by $6,442.75. That actually includes an encumbrance of $60,000 for the culvert that the select board approved encumbering at the last meeting. And that was offset by surplus of salaries. Snow and ice is over by $5,569. That's we had additional invoices that came in after the town meeting supplemental, so that was the additional ones for that. The transfer station is over by $16,278.09. There was a variety of reasons for that. Some of it was a new contract, just various things. And again, Sean is here if you need to ask any questions regarding that. The Board of Health is over by $18,169. There was $33,000 in expenses for a health agent consultant, which was offset a little bit by the surplus salary as we had a Board of Health agent vacancy. And the veteran service was over by $1,139 due to the additional cost of the shared veterans agent. So in total, it's $291,457. And as you can see in the transfer requested, I'd like to move $298,000 from the three departments listed below. So does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I missed that last piece.
So the $298,000 will be covered
Where's that?
right below on the second
Page?
On the second page,
Okay.
where it says 89,284 will be moved from the reserve fund transfer, which is the balance in that account. I'll move $191,000 from the group health insurance account, which had a surplus of $191,032. And then the balance will come out of the sustainability department, which had a surplus of $67,773. So I'll move $17,715 there to make the total of $298,000.
Deb, can I interrupt you? We have a question from the audience.
Sure.
Mr. Kingsley?
Yes.
Can you speak up?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, from advisory, actually, yes.
Yes, Douglas Kingsley Advisory. Regarding the town council overage, did I hear you say the budget was 80,000?
Yes.
So it's 150% over budget. Well, can you give some more detail other than unanticipated legal expenses?
Well, we consistently always budget $80,000 because we never know what it's going to be. And so we don't want to burden the taxpayers with more expense than necessary. You can see from this second sheet here, this is what we average. I'm pretty sure that during the conversation of the budget, even going into FY26, there was a lengthy discussion about this. I really don't have a lot of detail as to what the expenses are, other than that the total ends up being $187,000.
It would be helpful to know, and I actually have no idea, but it'd be helpful to know, is 80% of it from a lawsuit? Is it, what is it? What are the pieces of it? It just seems like a lot of money.
Doug, we don't discuss that sort of thing in a public meeting. If you
Yeah,
want to,
we've asked for this, Stephen, many times on specific boards, like is the Board of Health being sued, is the whatever, and we don't seem to ever get any answers. So is this going to be opaque forever to the advisory committee?
it is probably generally going to be fairly opaque. You can ask
So
the
if
town.
it was $500,000, we wouldn't know. I mean, no matter what the number is, you're not going to tell us what we're spending the money on.
You could approach the town administrator, who would then ask town council, and town council would probably give us, their advice as to whether or not to reveal even the categories that are being spent. But generally speaking, no, this is entirely under the purview of the select board.
Doug, I would note too, as Deb said, that the amount spent, the total amount spent is actually very close to what I think is the 8-year average as shown in the numbers here. So, the 80,000 budget is kind of a budgeting, it's just a budgeting practice, but there's no expectation that 80,000 is how much will be spent. The expectation is it would be something more in line if it's a typical year with the average, and that's about what happened this year.
Okay, I have a different question if I can continue.
Sure.
Yes, go ahead.
So this is the first year that I've been on advisory, so I have not been involved in this type of vote. This is basically money we spent beyond budget. I get it, there were some surpluses, but if we don't approve this, what does the town do? Or is this a pro forma discussion and everyone has to approve it?
Kind of a pro forma discussion, just to be transparent and let you know where it's at. I mean, the money has already been spent.
Right,
And in total, we're within budget.
got it. Thank you.
All right, carry on, Deb, please.
Jeff has his hand up.
Jeff has it.
Oh, sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, I was just gonna help Doug a bit. We always under budget two items, snow and ice and legal expenses. So the budget amount isn't really the expected expenditure. In snow and ice's case, it's because we have no clue what will incur. And in legal, it's pretty much the same, but it's not just lawsuits. There's a lot of legal work involved in all the negotiations, whether it's with the DPW union or it can involve any kinds of negotiations that we also use lawyers for, that are not lawsuits but are negotiating new contracts. So it includes that, obviously, legal work as well.
That's super helpful. Thank you. If I'm just curious if we're on sort of the 8-year average, why don't we just budget a higher number?
I asked the same question when I started, and I got the answer I just gave you. So I understand the question.
Well, one part of the answer also is that by budgeting a modest amount of money, it makes us much more aware of using legal counsel judiciously, because it isn't a large budget and we try to keep it as small as we can. Sorry, Nora, go ahead.
Yes, I just want to follow up on, well, one thing, the 80,000, we have discussed that we've kept it purposely low. So that has been discussed in finance. Wondering about the surplus, and I know what the answer is to the question, but I'm still going to ask it for the record for the Recreation Committee, because there was a big balance that came in. And if you can add some flavor to that as far as the surplus, and if anything can get from that department over.
Well, as you know, in recreation, they have an operating budget and they also have a revolving fund. So the operating budget is $150,000, which they completely spent. So there is no surplus there. The revolving fund is much higher now than it was before, but that is separate from the operating fund.
I just wanted clarification on that. So
Okay.
that's great. Thank you.
Wait, sorry, Nora, just to clarify, because the recreation line says 0, so there's no over or under.
I know it's more for that, the non-operating budget, the revolving.
Oh,
That was a big chunk of change there that came in.
Can I make a motion
Sure.
to approve the operating transfers of $89,284.67 from reserve fund total, $191,000 from group health insurance, and $17,715.33 from sustainability, for a total transfer of $298,000.
Paul, could we hold that? We have a comment from the advisory. Your motion stands, but
Okay.
I think we have a comment first. Mr. Kingsley?
Sure. One more question on the Board of Health. I understood the explanation. Does anyone know if the Board of Health has hired a new health administrator yet?
Yes, we,
Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, we have.
She started on June the 30th.
Thank you.
Okay, Paul, back to your motion. Sorry, do we have a second for Paul's motion to approve the transfers
Second.
to cover the deficit?
Second, Marion.
A roll call vote?
Just to remind everybody before you vote, for this transfer to take effect, there has to be a majority vote here, and there needs to be a separate
Advisory.
Advisory.
vote by advisory. Both boards have to vote the same thing.
Oh, thank you, Paul. Will your motion stand for both select board and advisory?
No, they need to
They
make their own
make their
motion.
own motion.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's have the select board vote first. Jeff,
Aye.
Stephen,
aye.
Paul,
Aye.
Dan,
Aye.
and I am as well. So now advisory may want to vote. I turn it over to advisory.
Right, so Marion, could you read back the motion that the select board just voted so that we can mimic that same motion, please?
Sure, Paul, could you repeat that motion?
I knew you were gonna do that.
Passing the buck.
It was to transfer $89,284.67 from the reserve fund, $191,000 from group health insurance, and $17,715.33 from sustainability, for a total transfer of $298,000.
Would someone from advisory like to make that motion, please? You don't have to reread it, but just say the same motion, please.
I'll make that motion. Penn Young.
Thank you. And second, please.
Second from Nora.
Okay, roll call vote. Shelley,
Aye.
Doug,
Aye.
Laura,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Nora,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
Penn,
Aye.
and I am I as well. Thank you. So the advisory committee meeting will now,
Oh, not yet, Stephen. We have to make one more transfer.
Right.
I'm sorry, please
That's
proceed.
right. This is kind of an unusual one. It hasn't happened as long as I can remember. But during the course of when we were having the long-term bond issued, there was a required pay down of $37,000 on the one-ton truck from the ATM 21. And during the budget season, we were unaware of that, so that wasn't budgeted. So we do have to make a transfer out of the debt service budget to cover the $37,000 pay down. And it's not in the operating fund, it's in the capital budget fund. So if you could move $37,000 from the debt service fund to the capital account for the DPW one-ton truck, that would be helpful.
So moved.
Second.
Yeah, is this money that was already spent and this is just doing the accounting afterwards, or is this money that is in the account and needs to be spent from the account?
It was already spent, that's why we're in a deficit, yeah.
Okay.
The truck was ordered during the pandemic and it took forever to come in. And so bond council doesn't like it to see it borrowed and not spent for a long period of time, so they required us to have a pay down. And then it was spent.
To get the truck.
Now we're in a deficit.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good, okay, we have a motion and a second.
I didn't hear the second, I'm sorry, Mary.
Did I hear a second? I thought I heard a second.
I seconded it.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
Right. Okay, roll call vote. Steve,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
Dan,
Aye.
and I am as well. Great,
And now advisory needs to vote the same.
and advisory.
Would someone from advisory like to make that motion?
I'll make that motion. Penn again.
Second?
Second, Nora.
All right, thank you. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Shelley,
Aye.
Doug,
Sorry, I was
Doug,
on
are you
mute.
still on?
Yeah, aye.
Thank you. Laura,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Nora,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
Penn,
Aye.
and I am I as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it, Deb?
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. So the advisory committee meeting will continue on the second link that appears on tonight's agenda. Good night to the select board.
Good
Now,
night.
guys.
Thanks, advisory.
Good night.
Good night.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, we can move on the select board agenda. This is a difficult one. Will we accept a gift card from Wegmans for the annual town hall barbecue?
So moved.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All right. A roll call vote. Dan,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
me, I'm reversing order. Jeff,
Aye, very
Stephen,
good though.
Aye.
I, and I am I as well. So thank you, Diane,
Yeah.
for, now we have the consent agenda.
Move approval.
Oh, yeah.
Second,
Second, do I have a
second,
second?
second,
Okay, roll call vote. Jeff,
aye.
Stephen,
Aye.
Dan,
Aye.
Paul,
Aye.
I am I as well. Thank you. Are there any select board reports? Hearing none, I think we can call to a close this select board meeting. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
A second? Paul moved to
Second.
adjourn.
Second,
Okay, roll call vote. Jeff,
aye.
Stephen,
Aye.
Dan,
Aye.
Paul. We're adjourned. Thank you, everybody.